You know how in the Eastern Cape, there's only certain things that happen in the Eastern Cape that don't happen in the rest of the country.
This is rude.
Like shamrock pies.
This is rude.
Netwiza. It only booms in the Eastern Cape. The rest of the country is saying, nah, P.
That is not true. There's a shamrock pies in Midrand and people buy it.
Yeah, because everybody in the Eastern Cape, when they move to Joburg, they move to Midrand. That's why. So it must be closer to Abantu Basekhaya.
You are so rude.
People, welcome to another hot episode of the POPcast. My name is Miss Cosmo, and usually I say I'm not rolling alone, but today I am rolling alone because my brother in arms is not here today. Unfortunately, he's been caught up doing bigger things, doing better things, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Obviously, Stipa will be with us again next week, but I am rolling with a guest, the very beautiful Zanele Potelo. What up?
Hi, friends.
Hi.
How are you?
You're so excited.
I am. I have been waiting for you to allow me to come and grace the
Really?
POPcast, screen. Yeah, no. I was almost beginning to think you didn't want me here.
I mean, a portion of me probably didn't,
Wow.
but you know, sometimes
You
we needed to make a plan, and here you are. Thanks for joining us.
Is that why you asked me this
I
morning?
know.
Yes, okay.
I definitely asked you 2 days ago, but anyway. Thank you for joining us,
Of
Zanele.
course. Thank you for having me, babe.
Yes. Also, big thank you to the store that we're shooting in today. Shout out, Era by DJ Zinhle. As we know, the powerhouse that is DJ Zinhle has multiple stores throughout the country. We are at the one in Mall of Africa. She's recently just opened a store as well in Sandton at Nelson Mandela Square. There's one in Rosebank. There's one in Polokwane. Apparently there's, there is one in Durban as well.
Yes.
So I'm just waiting for her to just kind of take over and say, every province, you can get yourself some Air by DJ Zinhle because she's that much of a queen. And if you haven't gotten any of the pieces, what are you waiting for? As you can see, we're out here blinging it.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
We're out here winging it.
Thank you. Don't go.
Hopefully I can convince Zanele just to buy a few pieces.
No, I told
when
them.
we leave here.
I said I'm going to. I spotted a necklace that I need for my life. Yeah.
Just to make sure you're inside.
Yes.
Yes. All right, so we're going to get straight into what's hot and what's happening, what's trending throughout this week. I think some of the biggest things that have come through, obviously from a music perspective, Drizzy Drake decided just J. Ati, war's up. Honestly,
no.
never mind.
Honestly, never mind. I hate that everybody's using the title to be like, you just shouldn't have. Like,
Yeah, the title's a bit weird.
It is. It is. Yeah.
How do you think about the album? How do you feel about it?
I don't understand what the hubbub is. I don't understand why people are hating on it like as much as they are, honestly. I think that he did something different.
Yeah.
And I feel as though Drake is just one of those people where he can't necessarily make bad music, man. Like, he's so musically gifted that it's not possible. And yes, maybe it won't be as great as like a Views or a whatever, but he's trying something different.
Exactly. And I was actually also sitting back and thinking about this album and the direction he's kind of taken, and for him to actively say he wanted Black Coffee to be an executive producer goes to show the type of album he was trying to put together. My problem sometimes when it comes in with music and music fans is that they expect everybody to kind of sit in the same box forever.
Yes.
But then when you don't grow, then they're like, we're tired of the same raps. What do you want from us?
That's actually true. And you can ask this question because you are an artist.
It's so stressful because it's like, once you're in a box, you must stay there. But then if you come out of the box, it's a problem. But if you stay there for too long, you also you're wearing out your space in that box.
And they're going to say, oh, your music sounds the same.
Exactly. And then it's like, bora manje, because he's not giving us any fresh ideas. Drake is giving us a fresh perspective.
Literally.
And I don't understand what the problem is also, because he's done it in different genres where he's played around with pop, he's played around with Afro beats, he's doing it now with dance music. Maybe he might even give us a piano album because the world is just saying hello.
And Waffles is his best friend.
I don't know about that one.
They best friends. Cosmo.
Has Waffles DM'd him?
I mean,
do you think they chat?
I can see. I think they do.
Do you really think they chat?
I mean, why would he be like such a big fan out there and not have like maybe sent a DM?
Do you not think her managers would have told us by now if they chat like that?
I mean, no, friend, no. I actually don't think so.
Why?
Because, friend, like Cosmo, for example, right? Someone like you, if like somebody from I don't know where in South Africa comes through and they're like, guys, screenshot, Cosmo's chatting to me. I don't know. For some people, they might be like, ish, when you're kind of coming off as a fangirl instead of positioning yourself in a place to be like, this is someone I can collaborate with. Yeah, so maybe they're not there screenshotting the DMs because they're like, one day when the time is right, we're gonna be like, yo, Drake, actually.
We'll show the real.
Exactly. Check out this
Do you think he dropped this album to impress her?
I think so.
Please,
I think so.
You see, I thought you were being level-headed by not feeding into the hype.
Shut up.
Now I know that you're feeding into the hype.
No. Okay. Maybe I am joking there, but for real, I really do think that he respects her, and I'm sure they have. And this is my opinion. Okay, I think they possibly have exchanged messages, and one day we will get a collaboration.
Hopefully. I mean, it would be dope for Uncle Waffles. It would be dope for South Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, already the fact that he collaborates with Black Coffee is one thing on its own.
100%.
And also, Esona also had a little bit of a word in there.
Come on.
Producing one song there.
Exactly.
Talk about the father putting on the son.
Sure. Look, hey, I'm for that. Thank you, Black Coffee.
So I'm really open to this album. I'm enjoying it. I really think that Drake was just trying to then say, I can express myself in different ways because I'm a creative, because I'm not going to sit in a box. But also, everybody knows I can rap.
Exactly.
Like, he'll give us the bars later.
Yes.
And when the bars album comes out, stop complaining, please.
And don't lie and say you don't like it, okay, as well. Because did you see that video that Drake dropped where he was like, I think it was an interview, and he was saying that people will be like, oh, I hated this album, all because they want to be at the top of the comments list or to trend and stuff. And he was like, give it a few weeks and people are going to have caught on as to what it is that we're doing here. Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen.
That's so tricky, man. Somebody else who's also very involved in the Drake album is Trezor, which I think is such a big shout out to Trezor because he got himself working and collaborating on tracks 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yes.
As a songwriter, composer, and I think he also worked on a production perspective as well. So Trezor, shout outs. Loving the South African collaboration that's going on in there. And I think it's just only for better things to come for South African artists.
Trezor's power. I feel like he continues to work in that production space.
Yeah.
And more people are going to see what a genius he is.
Exactly, 100%. Somebody else is also a genius, also doing international things. Kabza De Small found himself on the billboard of Times Square.
Oh, it's about time, dog.
Hey. I also think, sometimes you need to kind of gradually move in a certain direction. You must understand this thing is a marathon. You're not trying to sprint. You're not trying to, be a superstar overnight. And that's what Kabza did, gradually growing himself, gradually making sure that he's taking himself to the world. And here you have it, a billboard, Times Square.
And I think that's only the beginning. Like, I think when we were talking about how, Drake and they might do a little bit of the Amapiano at some point, somebody's going to jump onto Kabza soon enough.
Woo! And I'm so excited for that to happen.
Me too.
And I really hope that they call him. Because this thing of them trying to do piano with like funny producers from other parts of the world, please respect
Who are these
us.
funny producers?
No, it's not funny in the sense of like, they don't know how to do it. It's just, there's a certain South African element that comes through in piano that only we understand.
Facts.
Because when different countries try and do it, it just doesn't come across the same way.
It comes across too commercial, if you ask me.
Exactly. The same way, even if it was any other genre, if we were trying to do Afro beats, it wouldn't sound the same.
True.
If we were trying to do pop music from, or maybe even do like rock music from, I don't know, Germany, it just wouldn't sound the same.
True, yeah.
There's a specific element you need a South African to do for you to get that sound that you want,
and
that you love.
authenticity.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Exactly. So big ups to Kabza De Small. The album's also doing really well.
Yo, people love that album.
18 tracks. And you can't get any less from these piano guys. And sometimes I wonder, because I'm like, these songs are so long.
You're so rude.
Now I must sit for 7 minutes through one track, but there's 18 of them.
No, you must.
It's a lot, bro. But I'm gonna do it.
I also want to know, just in terms of how they keep getting better. Because like someone like Kabza, you would have thought that, oh no, he snapped on Mqimbini or he snapped there, and then he just keeps leveling up, bruh.
Hey, man.
It's a lot.
It's doing the best. Hey, Mqimbini is a classic. If there's one song that I constantly love when I hear it, please play it for me the next time you DJ. Zanele's a DJ. In case.
I am. Please book me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please book me. Thanks. No, when I do a piano set, I start with Mqimbini.
Really?
Because it's Mqimbini.
Yes. And it also represents your cousin.
Thank you very much. Amen.
1000%. All right, we've also got more international news coming up. Hey, our South Africans are just killing it throughout the world. Nasty C has been unveiled as one of the cast members of Disney Plus animated series Kizazi Moto Generation Fire.
Oh, okay, I get it now. Because earlier when I heard it, I thought it sounded Japanese, like Kizazi Moto.
It could be.
Okay.
But then the animation or the visuals that it's showing shows a black guy. So I think that's very African.
Perhaps. So Kizazi
it could
Moto.
be. It could be like Kenyan. You know.
I thought it was like Kizazi Moto. Not that makes sense, but
I was about to say, what does that mean? Because I feel like you're gonna tell us some Eastern Cape slang or something.
Moto, yes, moto.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
You know how in the Eastern Cape, there's only certain things that happen in the Eastern Cape that don't happen in the rest of the country.
This is rude.
Like shamrock pies.
This is rude.
Netwiza. It only booms in the Eastern Cape. The rest of the country saying napi.
That is not true. There's a shamrock pies in Midrand and people buy it.
Yeah, because everybody in the Eastern Cape, when they move to Joburg, they move to Midrand. That's why. So it must be closer to Abantu Basekhaya.
You are so rude. You are so disgusting, Cosmo. I feel like, Cos, can you please have some decorum?
I mean, I am, but I'm also very honest about my people. And that's why I can say it, because I'm being Xhosa, so what must I do?
Whatever. You are terrible.
And you know I'm right.
No, just shut up, please. Go buy shamrock pies, Nina.
Anyway, back to Nasty C. Nasty C is going to be a character on the series Generation Fire, Kizazi Moto.
Fun.
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I mean, we'll get used to it once it starts playing. So apparently it's going to be a recurring character. So it's interesting for me to see this because I think we saw him do a little bit of a cameo in Blood and Water, but that was like 2 lines. And then over and above that, like if anybody knows Nasty, you know that as a person, he's a little bit more introverted.
Yeah.
And something like this, you need to jump out of your skin. You need to jump out of your character to be in a show like this. So I'm excited because I want to see how he's going to experiment with himself, let alone with the show.
100%. And I also think that voice acting is very different to like acting. So you can't be like how he was on Blood and Water might be how it's very different.
It's completely different. Yeah. You have to be more, you have to accentuate your words. You need to, you know, say certain things in a certain way so that it comes across with the character.
Yeah.
And you know, with animation, everything must sound excited. So I hope he's going to be excited for 2 weeks before he starts recording so that it comes out in the show. You know what I mean?
I trust him.
I also trust him.
Yeah, he's not somebody who does anything like half-hearted. So I think he's going to kill it.
Amen. Shout out. And you know, especially good timing that Disney Plus is in South Africa.
Right?
They might have brought it just for him.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible?
Definitely. Also, what's the name?
Yeah. Right?
No.
Kizazi Moto.
Kizazi Moto. Thank you.
Zanele gets excited about a lot of things, so we'll see. We'll see in the future how that actually moves forward. All right. We have more people to be excited about. Zakes Platunim. His Osama has gone 4 times platinum.
4, my boy.
4 times
What
platinum.
does that mean? Is that like 50 million trillion? Like, is that?
I don't know what the number is. I'm not going to lie.
Like it's a billion.
No, it's not
Trillion.
a billion. No.
Zillion.
Nice try. No.
Yeah.
In South Africa, gold, I think, is 20,000 units sold.
Yes.
So when it comes to streams, they need to then, I don't know, obviously calculate the number of streams that will calculate into one sale. And then that one sale then is then calculated 20,000 times, which would be gold.
Yeah.
So for it to get to platinum, I think platinum is 40,000 if I'm not mistaken. Or it could be more than that. But either way, that's how they kind of do the calculations. I'll get the numbers right though. But, you know,
that's
from a stream's perspective, you must remember it's times however many times, because 1 unit is maybe like I don't know, 1,000 streams or something. So people are listening to that song.
And still listening to that song.
And still playing that song and still enjoying that song and
Yeah.
still screaming when it's played. Do you play that song?
I was gonna say, when I play it in a set, why did you judge me with your
I
eyes?
didn't
when you
judge
said
you.
that? I felt very judged.
I'm just asking, making sure.
Sometimes I play it because
Sometimes
do
you
you
don't.
approve? Yeah, sometimes.
Does your set rock when you don't play it?
My set always rocks. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Already, that reaction already tells me good things are no.
You are terrible. No, people still jam out to the song when I play it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout outs, man. Zakes Platunim got 4 times platinum for Osama. I think Imali also got 2 times platinum. So both songs are just doing big things, especially in a climate where we're seeing a lot of piano obviously taking over, which is not a bad thing. However, I appreciate the fact that other genres are still able to succeed.
Yes.
In the current climate that we're in, because it also goes to show that music is universal. Music is also about how good it is that you put it together, that people are going to enjoy it. So don't only sit back and say, hey, if I need a hit, this is the direction I need to take. No, make a really good song, whatever genre that you're in, it'll pop.
100%. Even that one song proved it. What? That girl, the one that spoke about all the men she went through. The dating. No, I'm being serious. I'm gonna play it for us at the end.
Which girl?
It's that nice one. It's a nice, it's a Limpopo track.
Makazi.
Yeah, no, not Makazi. It's another. I'm gonna play it at the
Show
end.
my Josie.
No.
I feel like this is already too. I know.
What's wrong with you?
Who else?
No, don't worry. I'm gonna find it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're giving Zanel until the end of the show to kind of tell us who this person is. Oh, now she's pulling out her phone. All right. Talking big streams, talking about big numbers. Master KG is now officially the most streamed artist in South Africa. The most, according to Spotify, Master KG has 3.8 million monthly listeners.
What? That is crazy.
3.8 million monthly. So monthly, 3.8 million people are going to his page and listening.
And he hasn't released a song in like how long?
Doesn't matter.
But that's what I'm saying. That's freaking incredible.
Didn't you see all the soccer stars are loving his music? I saw, I think it was Neymar who did a video with Jerusalem.
Yes.
Cristiano obviously is the one who kind of catapulted the whole situation. But if the biggest people in the world right now with the biggest numbers are playing your song.
And it's also a game changer because they literally used it like on their pages.
Yes.
Being like, this is a track.
Shout out.
Right? Shout out to Master KG. And
hey man, please come on, continue to give us great music, continue to give us more hits so that we can take South Africa to the world. However, please just work on the challenge because whoa, that Jerusalem one was tricky.
And I love that everyone's workplace forced them to do it.
That's when you know things are next level. Because if the president is imploring you to get into the space and the workplace, when your CEO calls you, somebody who never dances,
guys.
somebody you've never seen dancing because you only see him in a meeting, is telling you, go to
Master KG had us in a chokehold.
Did you know how to do that challenge?
Of course. Do you know how I am?
I didn't.
Why not? It's
because
a bus.
It was very complicated.
It was literally just the bus.
It wasn't the bus. There was some complicated step.
Bus, Lando.
Come show us.
Come. Here you go. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Then you 1, 2. Hi, that's the bus, is it not? Did I not just show you the bus? Exactly.
But apparently it was actually the challenge was created in Brazil or in Spain, if I'm not mistaken.
It was one of those places.
It was an international country, but it did the right thing. So with the new music, can you at least keep it a little bit more home-based? Hey, but South African dances are also much more complicated than it was.
Look.
So
yeah, it's a lot.
I'm saying I'm gonna struggle because my job is to press plays, not to dance.
It's fine, Cosmo. We'll leave you there. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll just call Zanele every time I need a doppelganger or something.
I got you.
All right, still in music news, Lizzo has recently been implored by her fans to change a lyric in her song. The song is called Girls or Grills. Girls. So the song dropped last week Friday, and after public outcry, she released an edited version where she changed a specific word. And obviously, this has kind of created a bit of conversation on socials because I think from one end, people are saying, okay, but from a creativity perspective, are you now going to dictate to me how I need to make my music?
Sure.
Or do I constantly have to listen to my fans because they dictate to me whether they're going to listen to me or not? It's very hard to then say, but I'm the creative, let me release and you buy into what I'm giving you. How do you feel?
So for me, I definitely think that Lizzo made the right decision.
Okay.
In terms of just listening to people, because at the end of the day, it is a thing of people were like, it's ableism, almost type of thing, in terms of that word that was being used.
Okay, no, okay. Let's
Yes.
backtrack. What was the word?
The word-
Because I think that's what we need to also clarify.
Okay, so the word was spaz, ne? And the reason why everybody was kind of just like, not that word, is because there are people who are able-bodied, who are not disabled, who use it as a slur for disabled people.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So essentially, the people who felt like it was not used right, or not even not used right, they were kind of just like, girl, why'd you do that? And even the disabled community, they came out and they were like, Lizzo, dude, like, we know you to be this person who's so for everybody. Why would you do that?
But it's also tricky because, I mean, if you think about, like, sometimes they'll use, like, slang words. And I'm saying this also just from a perspective of maybe I didn't understand it until you've explained it now. But if I think of the word spaz, I think of it in a context that I would use it, and I'd say, oh my gosh, I'm spazzing over these DJs and their earrings, you know, oh my gosh, I'm going crazy, I really want them. And for me, that's a positive thing.
But you see, the problem then comes in where there are people who use it negatively. So where it's almost like a thing of, like, for example, nigga, where I'm like, yo, my nigga, and whatnot. But then it's wrong when people use it, and the wrong people, when they use it, you know, type of thing in a negative light. And I just think that because of how it's been used over the couple of years and everything, in a negative way by the wrong people as well, that's where that community was kind of just like, not this one.
Oh, you're taking it too far.
Yeah.
We've given you leeway and you guys are running with it. So
100%.
don't do that.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but then still from a creative perspective, like I'm saying, from a music space now, I understand maybe, okay, one derogatory word, sharp, maybe there's public outcry, but it also becomes a conversation where it's like, how far in is an artist allowed to now still express themselves? If we're looking back at like somebody like Drake or a Lizzo or anybody who's kind of released music, am I now at the mercy of these people? Because if they say no, then I must jump and I must say how high.
So can I tell you what I think it really was? And we were actually having this conversation, me and Yanga, like literally yesterday, because I remember I picked up this word in one of Nicki's songs. And I was also like, hey man, that's kind of like weird that she used it there, but okay. And then Yanga brought up yesterday and she was like, then why didn't people come for Nicki, but they came for Lizzo and whatnot?
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of thought the same thing. So she used epilepsy. And epilepsy is not something people can help. Like that's something that you're diagnosed with. So I think it was a thing of that. And even after Cardi B saying, she said she wouldn't have folded. Like she was like, she doesn't know why Lizzo did type of thing. Yeah. So I think it's because Lizzo's always been that person that stands up for people and stands up for different causes. And being
So
like,
Cardi B are gonna cause...
I mean, she does. She has a political cause. Stop it.
Would you ever listen to Cardi B for political advice?
Guys, I trust her. I like her. I like that she makes the communities know more about politics.
You're very gullible.
This is judgment.
That's not
This is judgment, and I don't like us.
Okay, explain.
Yeah, but I'm saying that as in the people like Nicki and Cardi, yes, as much as, you know, they stand for certain things and whatnot, particularly like, you know, confidence, woman power and everything, which we love. I don't think that it's as much as in the sense of how Lizzo always stands up for the little guy, the marginalized people. So that's why I think that, you know, people who are sort of from a certain community within like, dudes. And
I
she
get
listened
that.
because that's her brand.
I guess from a brand perspective, if it's your brand, then you're constantly going to be at the mercy of people telling you what to do. Because I think one thing we've realized about Twitter, one thing we've realized about social media, people have a problem about everything. You could wake up in a certain direction and then say, it's the wrong direction, sisters, try the other side.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now if you're going to constantly fold every time they tell you, go say, I don't agree. It could even be one person.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be 1,000 people. But now you're going to be changing every day. That's no way to live.
And that's why someone like Drake says, leave me in my album.
Honestly, never mind.
You. Yeah. Honestly, never mind.
Cardi B,
yes.
catch me in the club.
Bye.
with my ass out. That's where you're gonna see me.
Yes. Yeah.
That's tricky, man. I don't know. I really feel like, and I get it. Like there's certain protection that I have over artists, maybe because I deal with them all the time. But I also understand the bigger cause, and I understand that sometimes you need to also be sensitive to certain people.
100%.
Sensitive to certain things.
Yeah.
But from an always perspective, because now,
and that's the thing I was gonna say. I think that at the end of the day, it just depends on you and making the right decision for when.
I don't know. Kunzima.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
It is.
But nonetheless, we are still talking about music. We're gonna get into what's hot and what's not. Flaming hot music. Oh, before we actually move on over to the flaming hot, did you see the Queen Bee? Gave us something special.
I was awake at 4 a.m.
Why?
17 minutes after the lyric
sleep.
thing dropped, I was there and I was just like, yeah.
Okay, and what do you think?
Dude, I love that. Like, I love it.
It's got a very old school, and this is going to expose my age, but it reminds me of like old YFM. Like,
yes.
I don't know if you know the type of house music that deep house DJs were releasing back when Oskido was still at YFM.
Yes.
It reminds me of that era where they were listening to like mid-tempo type of house. It kind of fits into that old like soul funk type of house music, that type of era. And I'm enjoying what B has dropped, and I think maybe she's also giving you an idea to say this album is not going to be what you expect.
100%, and that's what I also like. I think that we've always seen Beyonce like never warn us to be like, yeah, music is coming. Now that you're saying that, I'm like, I really think that this time around she was like, guys, I need to ease you into this, and this is the different me, but you're gonna like it.
Apparently, there's a rumor that she might be collaborating with Rihanna.
I heard it's true. I hope it's true.
Firstly, Rihanna recording music.
Oh, that's also true. No, but she
because Ube's tapped out long ago. She said, I can make millions from makeup. I don't have to sing again.
I hate you.
Have you ever seen Rihanna perform? She's so lazy.
No,
wow.
When she moves her booty, she's there.
She's not doing much.
She's there when
she doesn't even twerk that hard.
Yeah, but so.
Ooh, Rihanna, lazy.
You're terrible.
And I think for her, she doesn't want to release albums because she doesn't want to tour.
And that's also, okay, I get it. Because touring is a lot, bro.
It is a lot of energy. And I often jive out for, for 3 months.
The little jiving she already does. I also wanted to say, though, I think that Drake dropped his album on purpose.
Oh, because he knew B was going to drop the song.
I swear, when I heard the song, I was 1 minute in, and I was like, this is why Drake dropped it. Because he didn't want to seem as if he was now following, Beyonce.
And also, it's going to make it better for him to have dropped the album because he knew people were going to hate it, but now they're going to change their minds because people are loving Beyonce.
Exactly. I was like, when I listened, and I was like, Drake, you're actually smart. I get it.
I mean, but also, he also can't keep doing that now. You see now I'm worried about Drake because he always does this thing of like competing with when he's going to drop. Because remember the last competition was with Kanye West.
Please leave him alone. Drake can do no wrong.
Anyway, done with the internationals. Let's come back to South Africa. Okay, people who also dropped hot music this past week. CK featuring Abidoza, Focalistic Davido with Watawi. Do you dig it?
Not yet. No, like...
What does yet mean?
Like,
and then with time?
Yeah, like I listened to it, right? And I was like, this is not what I expected. I expected to like put the song on and be like, yeah, Love Non-Tinty vibes. And not for the song to be like Love Non-Tinty, no. But I thought it would have the effect on me where I wanted to go listen to it over and over and over again. This time around, I'm kind of just like, it's a nice track, but I expected a lot more, but I think it might, sit with me while a little bit later.
So you're basically doing what you've been complaining about this whole episode.
What?
Is putting somebody in a box.
I didn't put them in a box.
You put CK in a box.
How? I'm not putting him in a box. I'm just saying.
Because you want him to do the same song that put him on with everybody else.
I literally just said, listen properly. I said, I was just expecting the same way when I listened to Love Non-Tinty. Yeah. I wanted to play it again and again and again. Yeah. This time around, I listened to the song and I was like, okay, this is a nice song, but like, I'm not going to go listen to it tomorrow or the next day. Like, I'll go touch again in a week or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
First listen, I really dug it. I think that it's got a vibe. Also because the people who are on the song also show you what they're trying to do.
True.
Abidoza, really dope piano producer. Vocalistic, obviously, piano superstar. CK and Davido, Afrobeat superstars. So what does that mean? It's going to be a collaboration, a mash-up. It's going to be a hit song of two genres doing the thing. Afrobeats, piano, winning. And I love the fact that they chose Abidoza for the song and they didn't choose anybody else. Because everybody knows Abidoza's got like a soulful piano sound with the music that he puts together. And I think they were trying to go for that particularly for this because they didn't want it to sound like noise.
Okay.
Because sometimes you can have piano that sounds a little bit like, okay, the song's gonna last 6 months and off. And then this one has got longevity because it's got like a smooth, soulful type of vibe, which Afrobeats also kind of has. So for them to kind of put the genres together, they needed something that was going to work.
I get that.
Because Afrobeats is very soulful.
I get that.
You know?
Yeah, and now that you kind of say that it is a collaboration between two like different genres, I'm a little bit more open to it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And maybe you are right. Maybe I was boxing CK where I was just shut up.
Say that again.
No, thank you. Thanks. Where I was just thinking I was gonna hear an Afrobeat pop. Limby, okay, fine. Bang wrong.
Listen properly.
Bang wrong. You are terrible.
Dankos, thank you.
You are terrible.
Well, I guess, you know what, we'll let it grow on us. We'll let it, you know, do its thing. But it's only been a week and I'm getting positive vibes from the song. I dig it. You know, maybe when you catch Zanele playing the next time, she'll be playing it as her first song.
You know what I mean? It is possible. And also, I really love it when artists collaborate, man.
Yeah.
So with you saying that you're glad that they chose Abidoza, I'm also just like, I feel like Abidoza just, I want more and more people to jump on Abidoza, man. I really think that,
His album?
Dude.
Oh, super.
Exactly.
Fire.
Exactly.
Fire. And he, again, soulful, longevity, musical, classic. Like, it's music that you're going to listen to over and over and over again for years to come. Even in 3 years' time, we'll still be saying, yo, Abidoza came through with the vibes.
Yes.
You know?
And that's why I'm like, I want more and more people just to see the genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
See the genius in the brother. All right, so we do have another song called Fela Ubala. And it's by an artist by the name of Shemeni, who we popularly know as Abdul Khoza.
Yes.
If you still need more of a direction, Abdul Khoza is an actor. We know him on The Wife. Apparently, he was also on Isbaya, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't watch Isbaya, so I'm not really sure on that one. But yeah, Abdul Khoza is on The Wife. And as an actor,
super talented.
Firepower. Shemeni coming in as an artist. How are you feeling about the song, Zen?
I think that it was good for a first song.
Is it his first single?
Is it?
I don't know. It could be.
If it's your first song, it's good for the first song. If it's not, Abdul, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I think it's your first song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just from a perspective of being like, okay, this is the first time Shemeni is coming through and being like, guys, here's an offering.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a decent offering. I do think that I'm keen to see where he goes with it.
Okay.
What's gonna come after it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a cool song.
I dig it as well. I think I still need it to grow on me. The song itself, I can see he's got like an Afro pop, like Java vibe going on.
Very much so.
You know, obviously trying to check out his KZN roots with that song, which he is. I mean, he does it even in the acting. So I mean, it's not foreign for him to be doing something like that.
Yeah.
I am a little bit annoyed at the fact that he's got like a different name. Only because I just, as a personal thing, it's not like I understand artists have different names for different things. I get it. I'm not mad at that. I think it's just for me. Where in my head, I don't want to be thinking about 3 different names for the same person.
Why? Why did you do that, Abdul? We would have loved you as Abdul.
Yeah.
Like, and another thing for me is I get it when someone like a Diplo does it, right? And not to say that Abdul can't be Diplo, but with Diplo, he's like, okay, it's when I'm with these people that I'm like this, and when I'm with these people that I'm like blah, 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 blah. But I feel like, you know, it's from Zanzi, is it not?
Yes, it is.
And we know him as Abdul, so, you know. But at the same time, you're free to be whoever you want to be.
Yeah, like I said, you can do whatever you want.
Yes.
We get it. It's just for my own mental capacity. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with the million name story.
You're so annoying.
So Shemeni, go and check out the song. It's called Felubala. He's got like a Java Afro pop type of vibe going on there. I do feel like from a production perspective, because I can hear the sound he's trying to create, I want him to work with somebody who's got more of a refined sound. There's something missing for me.
I feel like that's shade to the producer.
No, it's not. It's saying, like, refine just a little. There's nothing wrong with saying that this is dope, but it could be better.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it's okay. I just feel like just a little bit more work can kind of fine tune it, and you guys can hit the spot that you're trying to go for. Maybe I feel like it didn't hit the exact spot that they were going for.
Yeah.
But it's on its way there, and I feel like just a little bit more fine tuning, and then we're on the money.
And that's why I said I can't wait to see what comes after it, because this was a decent offering.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, it can definitely get better.
Hey man, more music keeps coming out every day. We've got more hot songs coming through. I'm hoping that at least there'll be some sort of growth within the space as well.
Yes.
Because everybody knows you want to hear music that sounds proudly South African, and I think that's what he's trying to do with his music as well.
100%.
But of course, sticking to proudly South African, we just want to say thank you to DJ Zinhle and the Era stores. Like I said, go and check out the ones that are in your town, in your city. Polokwane, Durban, Rosebank, Sandton. We're also here at Mall of Africa. And I do think she's going to be taking it to the rest of the country as well very soon.
Love
the
that.
jewelry is amazing. Zanela's going to pick a little something. Maybe we're going to follow her while she tries to buy something.
Yes.
And make sure she pays also. Really
Excuse me, what is
because yabazi are celebrity, they want everything for free. Zanele mele swipe.
Wait, who needs enemies? But when they have these
We're
people,
gonna make sure Zanele swipe. Yonke mali yaphuma today. Uzothenga yonke shop.
My sister,
Don't worry, Zia got you, girl. Send them my sales.
you're so disrespectful. Whose child are you?
Oh
Nonsense.
man. And also big ups also to Zinhle, because I'm sure you know that she's also got a furniture store.
Of course.
This is also a Gianni Atelier couch.
Dango.
So, a lady's doing it for herself. The couches are out here. The
jewelry is out here.
The jewelry is out here.
Amazaza, when she walks out of Mall of Africa, they're out here. What else? Everything.
There's a little bit of everything. The hit songs are out here.
Yeah, bro. Oh, when you're listening to the music, when you get in the car.
The babies are out here. Big ups to Zin. We love you, girl. Love you as well.
I love you the
Zanele,
most.
thank you for coming.
Oh, we done?
Yes, we are.
Do
you want to talk for another hour?
Yeah, please.
So Zanele, we can't do that.
Okay.
No. We can't do too much.
Fine.
But where can people catch you?
Okay, so you can catch me on 5FM 12 to 3 Monday to Friday, holding down lunchtime with Yanga. And then I am also on your TV screen every single Thursday, 6 p.m. on Is Seli Matunzi. And yes, Seli Matunzi is still around.
Do people ask you that?
Seli Matunzi is still around. It's almost as old as I am, but it is still around. Yes, they do ask me that.
Really?
Yeah, they'll be like, it's still there. I mean, there's one or two that just, they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other people, they know.
As long as the people who are watching you know that you're there,
Yeah.
that's what matters.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, babe.
And then, are you working on music at any point in your life?
Oh my goodness. Guys, Cosmo does this. She puts on the pressure to be like, please, can you just perform? Like, you can't be Cosmo's friend and then be like...
Exactly. You need to make sure your
have
friends are going
to-
to the next level.
Like, when you put out another song, I will put out
I've
my
already
first
released
song.
music.
And that's why I said, when you put out another song, I will put out my first song.
What a scapegoat.
Thank you.
Anyway, big ups. Thank you so much, Sanel,
Thank
for
you,
joining
babe.
us.
I
Thank
love
for
you
coming
guys. Shout out to the POPcast fam. Shout out to you guys. This platform's amazing. And thank you so much for having me.
Yes, indeed. And of course, please keep on subscribing, keep on liking, commenting, engaging, letting us know what you like, what you don't like about the show. And yeah, man, next week we've got a really awesome episode that's going to be airing here on the POPcast. So make sure you stick around and you join us next week, because we're going to be talking something a little bit more serious, but something very important, especially if you're an artist, if you're a freelancer in South Africa, you need this information. Make sure you check it out with us next week. Sipo will be back, and of course, we're going to have a guest as well. And yeah, man, we're going to dig in a little bit deeper with that one. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, join us, and stick around. I've got the real views for today. Hey, what's up? This is South Africa, and we're back with another struggle story. No, don't worry. We're getting it right. This is the real views here on POPcast, and today I'm going to be chatting about a movie I watched this past week. It's called Collision. It's on Netflix. South African film, which kind of follows the story of two different families, three different families actually, going through different types of struggles. Very South African. One side, you're seeing a family that is struggling with foreigners who are coming into South Africa and obviously owning shops and things, but the South African view of things on how they get so angry and why they want to actually get rid of certain expats from being in South Africa. On the other end, then there's also like a gang and a drug lord, if I'm not mistaken, who's also trafficking, human trafficking girls. And he kidnaps the daughter of a very wealthy businessman who he has been doing very shady dealings with. And it follows the story of these three families kind of trying to get themselves through one particular day. Everything is being shot in one particular day and how it all kind of culminates to the final ending of the movie. Not to give too much away, but I think it is really well shot. A big ups to Ofense Mwase, who is the DOP for this movie. He did an exceptional job on this one. And I guess I also need to give him a shout out because, you know, he does some really awesome music videos in South Africa. He's worked a lot with Questa. He did one of my music videos as well. So his eye and his attention to detail is really dope. And you can see it coming through in this movie as well. The storyline, I'm still a little bit like, okay, I see where you're going. Maybe I wanted a little bit more. Hopefully it's going to come through in a sequel. I'm not somebody who actually enjoys sequels, but I'm going to ask for a sequel for this one because I just want just a little bit more from the ending. Like I said, don't want to give too much away. Go and check it out, though. It is a good movie. It does kind of touch on South African issues that we're dealing with right now, but it gives it like a modern twist to it. And if you can think of that movie, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. That type of movie. Kind of what's it called? So if you think of Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx, that movie, it's called Collateral. Think of that movie. This is kind of that direction that Collision is kind of taking. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Go and check it out. I'm always a fan of what South African film is doing and them trying to think outside the box and not necessarily give us struggle stories only because sometimes it gets a little bit tired. But this is definitely an action film. You'll be at the edge of your seat. Check it out.